In this video, I'm going to share with you the new Facebook ads tips and tricks and strategies that are currently working right now for businesses. Over the past year, with Meta diving more into AI, there's been a lot of major changes with the platform. So in this video, I just want to give you a few different strategies that you can start implementing right now in your ads that will work. Before I dive into this, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to our channel if you find our content beneficial. The first tip is to use Advantage Plus options when it comes to Facebook. Now, we used to be very anti-Advantage Plus a few years ago, and that's because at the time, I don't believe Facebook had fully caught up with the creativity of humans and the things that our minds could compute and create. But nowadays, with AI being at the forefront, Facebook has gotten really good at utilizing AI to make our lives a lot easier. So Advantage Plus is something that you want to use for a few options. Now, when you first set up your campaign, one of the first Advantage Plus options that Facebook gives you is the Advantage Campaign Budget. Advantage Campaign Budget is a way for you to set the budget at the campaign level of the entire ad. So what this means is that you can set a $20 budget at the campaign level of the ad. And what that'll do is distribute the budget not evenly between each ad set, but it'll distribute the budget based on which particular ad set is performing the best. And that's ultimately what you want, because that'll allow you to let Facebook do more of the heavy lifting and figure out which one is performing best, as opposed to you having to go into your campaign and looking at your ads every hour to see which one's performing the best. This is one Advantage Plus option that we've been using actually for a few years now, and it works really, really well. Another Facebook Advantage Plus tool that I've been warming more up to is Advantage Plus Audience. Facebook has gotten so good at identifying your target audience on its own that a lot of times you don't even have to put targeting in to achieve your desired result and reach the right people. So Advantage Plus Audience is one of those newer Facebook tools that I encourage you to use and try out. Now, with that being said, one thing that Facebook does allow you to do is it does allow you to use the audience suggestion tool inside of Advantage Plus. And when you do that, you can come down to detailed targeting, and you're actually going to be able to still enter specific targeting pertaining to your niche. So you can still do that and utilize Advantage Plus. So that's what I would say to do. Go in there and enter the targeting that's near to the target audience that you want to reach. And Facebook will prioritize that targeting first. But if that targeting doesn't work, Facebook will then go more broad and find people utilizing its machine learning mechanism. Now, another Advantage Plus tool that we've been utilizing a lot is Advantage Plus placements. Now, in terms of Facebook ads, Facebook gives you the ability to place your ads on different platforms inside of the Facebook metaverse. You can place them on Facebook and all of the different Facebook feeds. You can place them on Instagram and all of the different Instagram feeds. You can place them inside of Facebook Messenger, or you can place them on Audience Network. So there's a wide variety of different places where your ad can be seen. However, some people get really specific and say, oh, I just want to target feeds because feeds are where ads typically convert. And a lot of times that's true, but lately, when you start using Advantage Plus for this option, Facebook will find the places that are more likely to convert. So it doesn't hurt to just select all of the placements and let Facebook's machine learning and AI do the heavy lifting for you. Now, if you haven't been running ads over the past year, one thing that Facebook is changing, it seems like every month, is its enhancement features. These are Facebook recommendations that they automatically turn on for you, and they do it to help you. However, some of these enhancement features can be a detriment to your ad and not a benefit. It seems like every month that I go into my ad account, I see new enhancement features and new things that Facebook is doing to the layout to make things easier for us as ad buyers. Facebook has new ways to enhance your ads. So let me actually show you. When you get into the ad level of your ad, where you're setting up the creative of the ad, it allows you to create your text. We'll dive more into ad copy here soon. But it also allows you to utilize media to enhance your ad creatives. So when it comes to your creative, if you're using an image for your creative, Facebook has certain enhancements that they automatically pre-select for you. It gets so detailed that it can even generate AI images for you on the spot. Now, for instance, if I'm running an ad and I'm taking a static image of myself, or if you have some sort of clothing brand and you're using static images, you can generate images based off of that. But a lot of times when it generates the image of another human, it's not the best, and it honestly doesn't look like yourself. It looks like someone completely different. They got a bunch of different options, but that's not what I would recommend when it comes to utilizing this AI enhancement. However, if you're using just product images, one thing that Facebook can do as well is it can change the background of your product images. If there's not a lot of other craziness going on in the background, Facebook is really good at that. So those are things that you can play with. Then what you'll notice is when you finish the creative and you're about to be done, Facebook automatically has certain enhancements on. And these are designed to optimize your ad the best way, but you honestly just don't need all of these different enhancements. What it'll do for an image is it'll automatically turn on music for your image, which in my opinion, you don't really need music depending on, the aesthetic and the vibe that you want. Another thing it'll do automatically is it'll add text overlay to your image, which can be beneficial if, again, that's the vibe that you want. But you do have the ability to do that here as well in the enhancement section. And then it'll visually touch up your image as well. I always turn all of these enhancements off. It'll give you text improvements. We'll talk about text improvements later. But again, a lot of times I turn all of this off because me personally, for my brand, I don't need it. For a lot of my students' brands, they don't need it either, unless they're selling clothes or something like that. That would be a good opportunity to maybe add some music to your image. Also, when it comes to creatives, Facebook also gives you the opportunity to create better ad copy using AI. Now, what happens is when you go to edit your creative, the first thing it says is that you can enter in a primary text. So what we do is we'll enter in a primary text utilizing some good ad copy. And when you do that, Facebook actually gives you a bunch of AI generated recommendations based off of your original ad copy. Now, one thing that I've noticed with this ad copy is sometimes it's a little wonky. So I'm not saying to just go in there and select all the different ad copies that Facebook gives you. Be selective with the ones that you do select. There are some good ones in there. I find better luck actually just going into ChatGPT and entering in a prompt. It gives me better results. So that's typically what I use, but feel free to use the ad copy generator that Facebook does have, because again, they're trying to make your life a whole lot easier. Now, the third tip is to focus more on your creative. Why, you ask? It's because messaging is the new targeting. Facebook has made it so easy for you to reach your target audience that now everyone can reach their target audience. And that's why consumers are being bombarded with ads. So in order for you to cut through and stand out, you have to have the proper visuals in place to do that. And when it comes to your creative, there's 5 main creatives that you want to start testing out for your business. The first and most important is creatives that lead with pain or pleasure. You have to have a good dial on who your customer actually is, which means you have to know their deepest pain points as well as their biggest desires. And if you can learn those things, then now in your messaging, when you're creating the hooks for your video, you just plug in one of those pain points that people are struggling with. For instance, if I have a skincare brand that helps people that deal with eczema get better, clearer skin, then one thing that I would do in my hook is I would simply say, hey, are you someone that's struggling with itchy, rashy looking skin that's very red, and every time you look in the mirror, it just disappoints you and makes you upset? Well, if that's you, we have the perfect solution for you. That's a hook. And what I did there was I led with pain. I led with that customer's pain point, and what that allows me to do is attract the right audience to me. Facebook's going to use its AI and is going to place my video in the areas that are getting the best response from people. Now, the people that are going to respond to my video are those people that are dealing with that particular thing. So once Facebook realizes and sees the type of people that are engaging with my ad, it's going to deliver that same ad to more people. And that is the benefit of having the right hook in your video. It is imperative. Number 2 is reviews. You can always use review ads to crack the code and kind of sift through all of the BS that might be out there in the ad world. Reviews are a great way to do that, because it's one thing for me to tell you that my brand is amazing and that we can help you. It doesn't always hit the same because people don't always trust you. But It's completely different for someone else to tell you that my product is amazing and they did really well in our mentorship program. That's going to build more trust because it's not me telling you, it's actually one of my students. So reviews work really well. One of the most slept on ones is educational content. Utilizing educational content in your ads is a great way to separate yourself from your competition. An educated consumer, a lot of times, are the best consumers because those are the ones that are going to buy your products and services. So what I like to say is, if you wouldn't charge for it, then don't give it away for free. Meaning that all of the content that you put out there needs to be what we call community service content. Give away your best stuff for free because what's going to happen is people are going to be more likely to trust you. And when they trust you, they're going to say to themselves, wow, if they're giving me all this for free and I'm getting all these results for free, I could only imagine what it's going to be like when I actually buy the thing from them. It's going to build that trust and you're going to cut through all of the other whack advertising that might be out there. So that's another thing that you can do. Another one is interviews. You can use interview creatives to showcase people that have used your product in the past. Interview them and run ads to the entire interview. Again, this is a great way to build trust and show people that you are a real person. One thing I know about marketing is people buy from people. When you can provide that nurturing and that realness to your brand, it takes things to a whole new level for you. So I encourage y'all to do that. And then the last one is utilizing press style ads to get people in. If you've been on podcasts, if your brand has been featured on the news, if you have news articles, utilize those particular creatives in your ads as well, and it'll do great. Now, if you want a full detailed step-by-step on the creatives you want to use, I actually cut a YouTube video on that. I'll link it below in the description for you. Number 4 is worry less about your cost per result. As more and more advertisers flock to Facebook because of what's happening with TikTok right now, people are seeing a lot of opportunity with Facebook. But with more people coming to Facebook, that means more competition. And since there's more competition, a lot of times that will drive up the cost of your ads. So what I'm saying is, don't worry so much about your cost per result. Yes, our goal is to get our cost per result lower, but I'm way less concerned about my cost per result. Reason why is because I'm more focused on the lifetime value of my customer. For instance, now let's say your product cost is only $50 and your cost per result is $100. If you're cool with spending that $100 to get one person in that spends a $50 product, initially, yes, you're going to be in the whole $50. But when you're focused more on the offers on the back end that you give them, you can be very profitable. That's when we get into subscription models, right? Where you're doing maybe $50 a month for a particular product, or starting to bundle offers together, right? Maybe you have that $50 product, but then you bundle it with a $47 product, and then you bundle that with a $15 product. Now, all of a sudden, you are in the green with your offer. So it's very important to stop focusing so much on your cost per result and focus more on nurturing your audience and getting them to buy more products from you. The goal ultimately is for you to acquire as many leads as possible. Because even if it costs $100 to acquire a lead, if you're doing well with your promotions, meaning sending out email and text marketing periodically throughout the year, you're going to get a positive ROI out of that and your business is going to thrive. But a lot of times people are focused on what they see initially with the Facebook ad, which is, oh, I'm losing money. I'm spending $50 to get a lead. That's way too much money. Oh, let me shut my ad off. That's how a lot of people think. But when you can outlast the competition and focus more on your offers on the back end, this is a great way to generate more money this year in your business than a lot of other brands, because you understand the lifetime value of your customer is the most important. So that's where you want to be focused. And tip number 5 that I'm going to give you today is focus more on broader retargeting. Now, for those of y'all that don't know, retargeting can be the most profitable ads that you ever run, because the fortune is in the follow-up. Now, sometimes we'll retarget people based on them visiting a particular landing page. We do that sometimes. But believe it or not, our most effective way of advertising is when we do broader retargeting. And this is what I mean by that. Start focusing on retargeting anyone that's visited your Instagram page over the last year. Start focusing on retargeting anyone that's visited your Facebook business page over the past year. Start focusing on retargeting anyone who's visited your website over the last 6 months. Aim for broader retargets, because here's the thing. What that's going to do is that's going to drive your brand awareness like nothing else. These are people that might have visited your website a couple of times, maybe a few months ago, and didn't buy. That doesn't mean that they don't like you or that they don't want to buy your stuff. It simply means that you haven't marketed to them enough for them to want your products. So you have to continue to market to these people. One strategy that we use a lot, we call this our Hot 30 strategy. What that means is we'll create a custom audience of anyone that's visited our Instagram page over the last 30 days. And then we'll create a custom audience of anyone that's visited our Facebook page over the last 30 days. And then we'll create a custom audience of anyone that's visited our website over the last 30 days. We'll create those 3 audiences and we'll retarget them specifically. Now, we will start to retarget them with different types of creatives like interviews from us and educational content where we're showcasing our skill, we're showcasing our knowledge, we're showing product reviews, we're doing all of these things to that audience. And what that's gonna do is create an omnipresence for your brand. This is one of the strategies that is tried and true. And when you do it, it'll turn you into a local rock star. I'm telling you right now, I've been on calls with people, and when I tell them that it's me, I hear screams on the other line because they can't believe that they're actually talking to me. I'm not a famous person, but the only reason why I get that reaction sometimes is because we are implementing that Hot 30 strategy. So I encourage all of y'all to do the same thing, test these strategies out. Remember, Facebook is ever changing. It seems like every other month there's new strategies. So stay locked in with this channel at Rich From Anywhere so you can stay on top of different strategies and tips and tools that can be beneficial to you on your journey to make the most money possible and help the most people possible, all right? So if you found this video beneficial, please feel free to subscribe to our channel and share this with other entrepreneurs who are gonna need this help as well. And for those of y'all that do want to work with us further, we do have a mentorship program available. I'll link it down below for anyone that wants to jump in and walk with us hand in hand. All right. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Y'all be blessed. Peace.